inside a well, life can get tangled. Might the money. Might the money. Might the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
This podcast or broadcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, health, tax, or professional advice. Always consult a licensed professional for specific advice related to your situation. Thank you.
Welcome back to Mike the Money. We are here with your weekly episode discussing how to start your business the Mike the Money way. So let's talk about going from idea to income. I feel like they came from me. How do you know if your idea is profitable?
It has to solve a problem.
Okay, what kind of problem?
A problem that people are willing to pay for a solution on.
Sounds like a rich folks problem.
No, people have problems, all kind of problems.
Yeah, but
Lonely people-
everybody don't want their problem solved.
Lonely people want to have company. Poor people want to be rich.
Okay.
Stressed people want to have relief.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to find the problem that you can solve, and that's where you go at.
And you know, I've heard that a lot, like over the years that I've been in business, or I've seen successful business owners, and they always say that you have to have a solution to somebody's problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, for example, the medical industry, one of the most profitable industries in the world,
Mm-hmm.
people always gonna be sick,
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one example of solving a problem, and it doesn't even have to be to that extent. But if you're in a community that has you see an issue. Say, hey, how can I have a business that can serve this community, that can help their issue, and that I can make a profit off of it? Just ask yourself those questions. It's like analyzing the situation early.
Yeah.
To me.
So usually, and I forget what like the 5 categories are, but usually in marketing, there's considered like 5 categories of business where you could potentially find and solve profitable problems.
Mm.
And usually those problems are going to be centered around relationships, health, wealth.
Sex.
I said relationships.
Well, no.
She share relationship.
It's
No.
relationships.
Well, no.
What's the other one? Because I'm curious.
What did I say? Now you maybe forget. Relationships, health, wealth. What is the other 2? Finances. That's wealth. I can't remember the last 2, but it's like 5 of them. And they say that most problems fall up under those 5 categories. And if you have something that falls up under that category, more than likely you can find a group of people that you can serve and solve their problem for those things.
What does like the makeup industry fall up under? Because it's not like health and stuff. It's not that.
It can be. It can be health.
I'm saying, is it mental well-being? Is that it?
It's significance.
That's not
Ooh.
true.
Well, people.
Ooh, weird.
That's not
It's
true.
significance. That's one of the human needs. The 6 human needs. That's what most people, they have a human need.
But I'm saying makeup wouldn't follow up under that.
Okay, the people don't want to look ugly.
Why did
Why did you say
Wait a minute.
insignificance, though?
No, I said significance.
Oh,
I
was
thought
about
you
to
said
say
insignificance. I was like, what?
First of all, don't do too much.
No, significance.
Significance, not insignificance.
I don't know where y'all got the end from. I said significance.
I don't know. Your tongue was lazy or something.
Oh, it must be my accent then.
Maybe so. I don't
Fix
know.
it.
But
Fix it, Jesus.
so yeah, makeup. I think out of those categories, probably wellness can go up under that category.
Okay.
Because when you think about people looks, like you said, some people have certain things that they don't like about themselves. So I think it just depends on how you want to categorize it. Because if you have somebody who is going, like, say they trying to get stretch marks removed,
Right.
that still falls up under some form. You gonna rub your
Bro, I get so many
it
right now.
still
It's
falls
so
under some
bad.
form of makeup because it's going to probably fall up under like.
How did she look at you and say stretch mark?
Because I rubbed my belly.
I didn't look at her and say stretch marks.
Okay.
I just happened to say stretch marks, and when I said it, she rubbed her belly.
I got a bunch of them. They not pretty at all. Anyway.
You can do like a remove, like there's a certain technique where you can do like a removal that would probably fall up under like aesthetics or like something
Okay,
like
that
that.
makes
You know what I'm saying? And so even with makeup, you can do permanent makeup, which falls up under aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? So it just
I could
depends.
fall on to be loved.
You what?
To be loved.
It could depend on what it is.
Yeah, that's one of
That's
those
why I say
needs.
like perspective matters.
Yeah.
So there's so many, like you could take a piece of something and depending on what this person's problem is and what angle is coming from, it could fall in a different category, if that makes sense. No? Why you looking at me?
No, I
I'm
agree
just
with you.
looking.
I really agree with you because you have to.
Talking about why you
Oh.
looking at me like? Why you looking at
Cause
me
he
like?
ready to argue. You know, he be buffing up
no.
over there like ready to. I'm like, man, you don't
I'm
sit
just
down,
talking. It's a talk show. I'm just talking.
You already
Okay.
said makeup was insignificant, so I ain't trying
He
to
did.
hear
He
that.
definitely. Said.
I didn't say no insignificant.
Should passion or money come first? And what if multiple people already do the thing that you're looking to do? I had this conversation with somebody today.
Let's
So
hear
what did you
about
tell
it.
him?
Yeah.
What did I tell? Okay, so he was looking to start a business to help parents with their students, with their children who are interested in going to college, trying to understand like the college process and stuff like that. And he was like, well, I just see so many people like doing that already. And I'm like, dude, it's 8.3 billion people on the planet. Like, you could serve somebody. They not able to serve all these people, even with what you do. And he was telling me about all this background experience that he has. And I was like, there you go. That's why you should be doing it right there, because you just said what makes you stand out from all the other people that are doing it. And I said, even too, I said, now you even have a new place where you can step into that hasn't been mastered yet, because given the current administration, we now have degrees that are rendered not professional. So how do you help these children and their parents?
I was just about to say, I feel that's what I was saying. I think passion should come first because
Yes.
when you're passionate about something, my thing is what comes from the heart reaches the heart. With the right group of people and the right, audience, you can impact millions. You can start off doing, and I'll just use this guy as an example. He's a profound speaker. I think they call him E or something. He started off being consistent, speaking. He
He was just on YouTube every day.
Exactly, and it's
Yeah.
something he's passionate about. Mind of Mine is one of the most widely known speakers in the world and is highly successful. So it really don't matter if the money is there. If you start off with a passion, I feel like you can do anything.
Well, you always start out with a passion, because if you do it just for the money, when the money does not quickly materialize,
done with it.
you're done with it. But if you do it for the passion, you can always find a way. You can find your niche, your creativity to make that money come to you.
Well, we're going to wrap up this segment from idea to income. Having good conversations, though. I'm really enjoying this.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We are here discussing how to start your business the Mic'd Up Money way. And so let's talk about officiating this business, making it legal. So since you said in our last episode that the folks shouldn't be so happy about an LLC, what should they be looking at to put this thing into reality?
Of course, it depends. You
Of
need
course.
to talk to your tax advisor,
Okay.
because if you're going to do
Are
something,
you one of those?
for some people I am.
Okay, so can you
So
tell
yes.
the people?
Well, okay, so you have to look at it. In Tennessee, I probably would not do an LLC, just because the cost of carrying a LLC are about $400 a year.
Okay.
And a lot of people start out with LLC and they don't want to pay that $300 a year fee to the Secretary of State, and they go back to a sole proprietorship. So they just waste their money doing that. And, and then, it does give you the ability to exempt your costs from state taxes. But at the same time, you don't have all the protection that you would like to have
With the LLC or the
with
sole
the
proprietor?
LLC.
Okay.
Whereas if I have a corporation,
Mm-hmm.
it's tried and true. It's been tested. It's have tax court cases. I know what I can do with it. I know what I can't do with it. I know what the IRS can do to me. What they can't do to me. And so my thing is, you talk to your tax advisor first to see what's going to help you. If I'm going to start a business, I'm going to have a lot of losses up front. I'm going to do an S corporation so it can flow back to my personal taxes, and then I can get a tax deduction from my W-2 income.
Okay. So this is what I heard on Beyonce's internet. I heard that if you do have an S corp, you have to pay yourself a salary. But for somebody who's not making money in their business yet and they go and file this as an S corp, what happens?
You have to pay yourself a reasonable salary. If you're not making any money, of course you can't pay yourself a reasonable salary unless you loan yourself the money to pay yourself a salary.
Owner's draw?
Well, now you have to do a loan to the corporation.
Oh, loan to the business.
Yes.
Okay, got
So that you can pay yourself a reasonable salary. But then the question, if you're not making any money, what is reasonable? Because if
was
I'm
just
not
gonna
making
say
any
that.
money,
Mm-hmm.
is it reasonable to pay myself when I can't afford to?
I was just going to say reasonable is subjective. Even though I know some of the guidelines they say, well, you should look at your area and like what's the median salary range, blah 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 for the title, stuff like that. But I still think it's subjective.
Well, then again, if you are making a profit, you need to pay yourself some money, because the only way you can get money out of a corporation is really do a W-2 or a loan.
Okay.
Some people like to 1099 themselves. You know, sometimes the bank would take it, but the IRS be looking at you sideways.
Okay. So to set up this business legally, give us like the top 5 things that we need to be focusing on, because you got all these intricacies about the taxes and the IRS. And I know people don't think about those. They don't even know.
Well, if you're going to have any type of charter for those people like do it themselves, you have to have either bylaws, articles of operation. And if you, sometimes they say organization, but the way it works is if you go to the bank, they want to see those documents to show that you have ownership of this corporation or this LLC. Okay, you have to have that first. Do you need to have a good business address? Can't be at the house, because, you know, if you're at the house, it takes away some of the legitimacy of your LLC or your corporation. The thing about it is the name. The name needs to either speak to what you're doing, or it needs to be something that is acceptable to lenders. And then the other part of it is you got to set up your website. You have to set up your Google My Business. You got to do all these things so that you can be found when people do a Google search on you. But you need to tell people your story. And that's the thing that a lot of people lose out, because why did you start this whole endeavor?
We're going to talk about that next.
I know, but that's one of the essential things that you need to have first.
Okay.
Well, since we're about to talk about that next, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this segment and move into the next one.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We're here discussing how to start your business the Mic'd Up Money way. And we're going to talk a little bit about branding and presence. So you were just talking about it's very important for a brand to be able to tell their story. Other important elements of branding and presence: your logo, your social media setup. You said website and professional email. Do you need a website on day one, or can you just start with social media?
I don't think you need a website on day one. I think that you need to figure out all those other things that you listed first.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you need to establish everything, and then once you do that, you could talk about building a website. Because if you don't know what brand you're speaking to or what you want to sell, what you gonna put on the website?
I definitely agree with that. I definitely
Hold
made my first $10,000 with no website.
Hold on now. Google has this thing now
It do, but you
that
still
you
got to
got
know
a
what to put
whole
on there.
platform, and it will act like a website for you.
It will, but you still got to know what to put on there.
Yeah, you do.
No, they have AI. AI will help you to create this stuff. It's like it's no excuse to not have a social media footprint.
We said
We said
website.
website.
Okay, the Google takes a domain
Social
name.
media and
No.
websites are two different things. Social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that. You can get your business out there, and then you can get customers through social media without even having a website. You can book people through that.
No.
That's easy. Hair businesses, come on now, they do that.
No, I'm saying Google now. You go, it will ask you for a domain, and it will help you build out a website from what you once you have domain names, so you can have some type of representation in the digital format.
Me and Jay are not agreeing with you.
We just
Okay,
lying.
I'm just saying. Hey,
We not
everything's
agreeing.
changed. Everything's
We
changed.
not agreeing.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily have to have.
You
a
don't even
website
have to have a
to-
website.
You
Like,
used to
baby.
not have to have it, but now you do.
No, you just need to wait for people to pay you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Now
that-
you do if you want to do like we was talking about business
The
credit
credit
and
and
all.
the-
Yes,
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
But if you ain't doing none of that, you just making money. That's your personal income. File on your taxes. I'm for real. I'm dead serious. What you think? What do you think when you go to work every day? I file a W-2 form. It's just like you filing W-2 because you paying yourself.
But you pay yourself on a Schedule C if you're in business, and your business has to be represented.
All right.
Unless you're gonna try to be underground, and not no one ever know about you, and you making money
But okay,
under the
okay.
table.
We can
Okay.
agree to disagree.
But you can have a social media presence and not have a website.
Mm.
And people can still Google your social media stuff and it'll still pop up.
And you can get an EIN without a website too.
You can.
Yeah, this
you
how
can have a business without a website.
that's how the revenue folks find people to slap them with taxes, because you were operating a business, an unregistered business, an unregistered
We didn't
business.
say don't register the business. We
Right.
said we didn't have to have a website.
No, you don't.
That's two different things.
I'm telling you that website comes with Google now.
You don't have to have a website to have a business, because you can make money without a website, and you can go ahead and establish your EIN and everything.
Okay. We
We can agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't keep up with technology like I do.
No,
What
it's
you
it's highly
mean?
recommended you have one, but you don't
That
necessarily
Google
have to.
website been free since 2016.
Oh, it's not free anymore either.
Yes,
It's
it
not free
is.
anymore?
It's not free anymore.
Yes, it is.
So they don't do the free one-page website no more?
Google has cracked down, and it's just like when I started out Mic'd Up Money. They you start out, hey, you want YouTube, you got to pay us some money. You want this, you got to pay
I
us
still
some
don't
money.
understand what happened with that. but
If you're
yeah.
talking about Google sites, it is free.
That's what I thought.
Period. I said, you
It's
know how many
always been
websites
free.
I done set up for people for free under their Google emails? That stuff, and you can put as many pages as you want to and design it how you want to. That stuff is free.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because whatever you paying is a scam. I'm just saying.
No, Google not no scam. They take it out the account every month.
I don't know what you doing.
For
then.
Google Workspace.
I would say
Yeah.
Workspace, but Google Sites is free.
Yeah, no, the website itself.
And you
is-
can attach
is
your
free.
domain to it.
Okay.
Okay. Lord, this is so funny.
I love it.
So, are we looking to hire a designer early on, or are we DIYing because the business hasn't made money yet?
I'm going to Fiverr.
Oh.
Yeah, Fiverr's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on Fiverr.
How long does it take you to find a good Fiverr person?
They have proof of their work, so you can find something you're trying to do and find somebody who has done it before, and bam.
I ain't gonna lie. That don't always work, players. Because you got some folks that really know how to put their stuff out there, because I done seen it before. And I've had people experience, say I went to Fiverr. They said they got a 5-star rating. They had all these customers, and they screwed them the heck over. So be careful. I'm just saying, be careful. If you can't get on FaceTime or talk to them face to face, or you can't verify all this stuff, I wouldn't do it. But whatever.
Okay, so in terms of branding and presence, what would be an immediate turn off for customers?
Immediate turn off for customers is you don't keep your promise, which is your brand. If you told me that you're going to be professional and everything about you is unprofessional, you're not keeping your promise or your brand. If you promise me that you're going to be competent and everything about you is incompetent, you're not keeping your brand. If you show me this good plate on Facebook that looks
You
mouth-watering
still talking about
and I
that.
go to get it and it's trash.
I went to that place after you said my experience was great.
Well, see, but my
My
thing is,
food was good.
it has to be consistent.
Oh, yeah.
And then some people they don't know what flavor is. I'd be surprised how many places without flavor have a lot of customers.
Well, before he goes off on a tangent about these plates, we're gonna move into this next segment.
Anyway, welcome back to Mike the Money Radio Show and Podcast. We're here on your weekly episode discussing how to start your money, how to start your business the Mike the Money way. So let's start talking about pricing and packaging. I know you have a lot to say, so I really should just let you drive this whole entire piece. But go ahead on your tangent about why most new businesses underpriced.
They don't know what their costs are
Why do they not know?
because they don't have a budget,
Okay. Why do they not have a budget?
because they don't have a business model.
Okay. So how do they fix all of that?
Go to MikeTheMoney.com and get that tool,
Which tool is that?
the business model tool.
Okay. Be specific, because you didn't put a lot of tools on there.
Yeah, there's
Nah.
a tool for everything, y'all. It really is. It's on the
It's
page.
literally a
You should go.
tool chest at this point.
Okay, if you are somebody who does this for a living, you need tools.
You need. I'm not
You need
disagreeing,
tools
friend.
that work to make you do your job.
You do.
And you
And
also need people like us to help you find the tool first, because it's a lot of. You gotta find the tool, and then we will walk through the consultation. We will show you how to use the tool too. I promise y'all, if y'all go to this page and find our tools, we gonna help you.
Oh my goodness. So how do you price for your worth, or is it possible?
And you could compare it to the market.
You really can't do that. You have
Why?
to know your cost. Because just because somebody can do it for $2, you can't do it for $2 because it costs you too much.
Okay, I agree with that, but you still can use that to find somewhere to go off of.
No,
in my opinion.
that's the main problem.
What do you mean that's the main problem? If I'm paying $1 for a pack of bologna, I'm not finna go somewhere else and pay $4 for a pack of bologna.
Okay, if your bologna costs you $3, you're gonna have to sell it for $4.
I just feel like if you're in the industry that's already well established, you need to go and do research when you're pricing, because if you too high, people are not going to buy for you unless there is a quality and there's a distinction with your brand.
If I'm selling $4 bologna, believe me, I got a good story. This bologna
Lord
comes
have mercy.
from the best parts
The
of the
pigs
pig.
ate at the
There
pastures.
ain't no
and
best
farm
parts of no
type-
It is organic.
First of all,
It is grain fed.
I'm over it. But
Oh.
you also right though. I can see where you're coming from on that. I'm not gonna disagree with you. But the way I price things most of the time is I'm gonna see where the market is and I'm gonna place my stuff. It's not gonna be overly priced, but it's also not gonna be underpriced either, in my opinion.
so
Well, see, that's the main business mistake people make on pricing. You got to know what your costs are, and you got to price it according to your costs.
What's your comment? I want to hear it.
I was just gonna say, but from a mindset, personal worth perspective, can you get paid your worth?
What is your worth?
Astronomically high. Can't nobody afford it.
Well, then you
So,
be by yourself
No,
in the corner.
no,
That's not true.
no. You will never. There is nobody on this planet that will ever be able to pay me my worth. You can pay me my value, but you will never be able to pay me my worth.
Well-
Because I believe in my eyes that I'm worth more than what money can buy.
Well,
And that's just my perspective.
Which-
But you can pay me my value based off of cost.
which brings us
Market
back into a
research.
business realm.
That
That is the
business.
business realm. If you're
Now,
an entrepreneur.
people are going to pay you to the proportion that you present value to them to solve their problem.
Didn't I just say you can't pay me my worth? You can pay my value.
But I'm saying
Did I not
You know,
just say that?
I can't put worth in the thing. I just say value.
Because worth is subjective. That's what I just said. Worth is subjective. My perspective of me is telling me my worth too high for any human being to afford.
So maybe you should say, how do you know the value of your products?
There you go.
That maybe should have been a question
that's
for
what I'm-
us.
I'm
so
sure.
over it.
That's all I'm saying.
As a man, I'm gonna stay in this corner because as a black man, you have this conversation where
That's all
people
I'm
tell you
saying.
that they the table and all this other stuff, and you just looking at them.
If somebody come and ask you how much you worth, what you gonna say?
I'm gonna say it depends.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just had a bit. I just thought about like you say you had, like how you work for like a hooker or something.
Some people mindsets is I'm worth $40 on the corner.
This video would not be for
Cool.
kids. This video would not be for kids.
That's why I didn't say what I
Cool.
wanted to say because
If that's how you see your worth, cool.
my worth doesn't have a limit. You should say something like that. But whatever you're asking for, the value of it is this.
Thank you.
Jesus. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up this segment
Thank you.
because that is
Thank
so
you.
funny. We need to do a whole episode on like worth and teach them like what worth is.
I just want to throw a curveball, see if y'all was gonna catch it. That's all. Jasmine caught it.
Yes, women do catch it.
Don't say it just women, men.
Men be looking at y'all.
Okay.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We're here discussing how to start your business the Mic'd Up Money way. So let's get into systems that keep you in business. Let's see. What system should be set up first? Go ahead.
I always told you last previous episode, cash
hold on,
management.
hold on.
Cash management
Hold
should be
on.
the first system you set up.
Okay. Tell the people what that looks like.
When I say this, y'all gonna start saying, cause cash management, cause people gonna try to steal your cash.
You said what?
Yeah, when I say people gonna steal your cash, y'all be like, oh, here you go again.
No, I mean it's facts. If it's facts, it's facts. That's your expertise perspective. We welcome that. So share that.
Well, I'm just saying the first thing you need to know is how you gonna get your cash, how you gonna store your cash, and how you gonna protect your cash.
Okay.
Then that's your invoicing, that's your client management, that's your accounts payable, that's your accounts receivable management, that's your banking. All that stuff is how you start with cash, and you work everything around keeping your cash.
So what's the next step after that?
Okay, then you want to start with
The
your
next
marketing,
system. My bad. After that.
your marketing and promotion,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how you're gonna get the cash.
Okay.
Okay, then you work on your systems and processes for operational,
Okay. So that's the priority.
and then taxation, so you can keep the cash.
Okay. You got any more you want to throw to people?
Well, now you have to have some personal development because you're gonna take a new version of you to make more money.
All right. Well, that's the order. That's the order of which it should be set up. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure they understand it. It is clear. Can you run a business from your phone completely?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends on
Don't
what
be
type of
using my
business it
words.
is. I'm not using your words. I'm using my words. It depends on what type of business you got.
True.
I mean, shoot. If you because you got apps to where you can literally schedule people, book people, and have them as a client all on your phone. You don't even have to have whatever you say, a laptop or a computer to do it. But then you got some businesses where you have to have a laptop and computer because you have to do analyze and you have to have payroll. You have to do all that. You can do all that from your phone.
What say ye?
Well, yeah, they got smartphones. That's why they smart.
The question is, can you run a business from your phone? You can.
Okay.
It depends.
We gonna leave that right there. This what we. Why do most startups fail operationally? This is the operational infrastructure. Why do most of them fail?
From my experience, most of them fail because they have setup problems.
I say the foundation is not set up correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't set up right. Fundamentals are bad.
Okay.
No business model, no nothing.
Let's talk about legal documents because you were stressing legal a lot in the last.
Oh my goodness, I have seen so much.
I mean, you got 35 years. Lay them on 'em.
How you gonna have a partnership without a partnership agreement?
People don't know. Tell the people.
I mean, that's.
What are some legal documents if we're starting a business that we might should consider?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna start a partnership, please have a partnership agreement. And then if you're gonna be a silent partner, make sure it's in writing, because I have seen so many people. I was looking in my Facebook. I saw a client that is in jail now because he shot at somebody. But all that started because there was an unwritten agreement.
Oh, this was a business partnership that went bad.
This was a business situation that's gone bad.
Mm.
But it was an unwritten agreement
Mm-hmm.
that's facilitated our whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will push you out because you have no documentation to say you're supposed to be in.
So what does this documentation look like if we're doing a partnership, since this is where we at right now?
I mean, wouldn't insurance be one of them too? Having business insurance? Because if you get pushed out, if you have business insurance, then that should be able to cover like the expenses or whatever that you're losing. You
He
can't
said-
have
he
it. You like,
said
it's
no.
insurance for everything.
If it's not in writing, it is not real.
That's why I say you need to get business insurance.
You got people who supposed to be in a partnership and they found the wrong tax return. I was talking to this person, these people,
I knew we had a story.
and they had an LLC, but they didn't have no agreement. Okay, the things dissolved, and they still don't have no agreement. But so it reverted back to a general partnership, but you still don't have, you know, my thing is if it's not in writing, it's not real. And so you have people operating like they're in the business, but they don't have anything because they don't know tax returns, they not on no paper, they not on the bank account,
So they need operating agreements. They need their
bylaws.
articles of organization. They need bylaws. They need contractual agreements between them and their customers. They need their partnership agreements if they're going to have partners. What if they need? What if they have board members? What does it look like?
Hey, if you got bylaws, it deals with the responsibilities of board members.
Okay.
But all this stuff has to be in writing because if it's not in writing, it is not real.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure they heard some types that we were sharing. We go ahead.
We're gonna wrap up this segment. We're gonna move into our last one, our closing.
So if you enjoyed today's episode here on Mic'd Up Money, we are pushing you to follow us on social media across all socials at Mic'd Up Money, MICDUPMONEY, across all social channels. We are now on YouTube. Make sure you go there, subscribe, engage, comment, let us know what you enjoyed about the episode and some feedback about the episode in terms of what you want to see and also what you like seeing. Make sure that you also go to our website, www.mic'dupmoney.com, and visit the website to access all of your free tools in the tool chest. And also visit each one of the experts' individual pages if you desire to book a consultation to learn more about how you can start your business up the Mic'd Up Money way. Also, if you are somebody who is looking to advertise, we have advertising slots available, whether you are an artist, a business owner, or you have a cause that you are passionate about and you want to push it. We have the platform available for you. Reach out to us by either submitting a note on our website or on our socials, or you can email us at our Mic'd Up Money website. And what else? The $12.99. Talk to them about the $12.99 playbook.
Well, that's a subscription. The next level playbook is $12.99, and it gives you access to the free tools that we offer. Remember, there are some tools and there are some consultations, but to get the free tools and to hear from us and know what we're doing, you need to subscribe. It's only $12.99, less than the right now value meal. Some places you need to invest in yourself so you can have some help somewhere.
And that'll wrap us up until next week.
This podcast or broadcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, health, tax, or professional advice. Always consult a licensed professional for specific advice related to your situation. Thank you.
Oh, 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 oh. Mama say that I love, like the money. Let's go.